Hit that like and subscribe. Here we have LeBron James. He's on the Pat McAfee show. And of course, he's going to address the Stephen A. Smith stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and let him talk. Then I'll give my response. Fair use, Pat.
Which leads obviously to you and Stephen A. Hey, legit, that feels like a moment that had been brewing for a long time.
He's like on a Taylor Swift tour run right now.
Oh yeah, we're watching it. Yep. We're all. Oh yeah, you're seeing it as well.
He literally. It started off with, I didn't want to address it.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't want to address it. I wasn't going to address it, but since the video came out, I feel the need to address it.
Yeah, went viral. You would be not to talk about it.
Are you kidding me? If there's one person that couldn't wait to the video to drop so you could address it, it's your ass. Like seriously, it's and like another. He completely like missed the whole point. The whole point. Never would I ever not allow people to talk about the sport, criticize players about what they do on the court. That is your job, to criticize or to, be in a position where, okay, if a guy's not performing, that is all part of the game. That's all part of the game. But when you take it and you get personal with it, it's my job to not only protect my damn household, but protect the players. And I think a lot of the media, including him, and I know he's gonna be happy as hell. He's gonna be smiling from ear to ear when he hears me talking about him again. Oh my God, he's gonna get home and grab some ice cream out of the fucking freezer and sit in his chair in his tidy whities on the couch.
I hope at some point you two do get a chance. But you're right.
Dude, like relax, bro. Like relax. Like seriously, just
So that was LeBron James in his own words. One, he critiqued Stephen A. Smith for even saying that I wasn't going to talk about it, but since the video came out, I kind of have to now. One, LeBron, journalists do that all the time. Journalists get ran up on all the time, and they don't run to social media or to their platform and talk about it. It happens. If they critique an athlete in a way that the athlete doesn't like, whether it's warranted or not, you can't deny that a lot of these athletes get butt hurt. They don't get heavy critiques around them. They have a bunch of yes men around them, including you, LeBron James. So critiquing him for saying that, these dudes know a lot of secrets about you guys. They don't tell it. They don't tell it. They go to the grave with a ton of secrets, bro. So at the end of the day, I do believe Stephen A. Smith in that regard. And now, and then you're making fun of him. You're actually causing me to defend Stephen A. Smith because you're a phony. You're the one that decided to publicly confront him. You did that, not Stephen A. Smith. So you're mocking him for talking about it?
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Nah, you're responsible. And yeah, he gonna go on his Taylor Swift tour, and you just gave him more ammunition to go on that tour for or with. He got way more material now. You didn't give him more. Then actually addressing the comments, I guess, that LeBron didn't like that Stephen A. made in regards to the LeBron, you got to stop this, or whatever it was he said. LeBron's fingerprints are all over this Bronny James experiment. This young man has a ton of pressure on him because of you. He should be in college right now, making a bunch of Twitch videos, streaming, gaming, maybe playing an NCAA tournament, hanging out with the ladies, making millions of dollars. He probably took a pay cut going to the NBA. You understand? A pay cut. He probably would have got $5, $6, $7, $8 million in NIL or more. He took a pay cut to do this for you. For you. When y'all threw that young man in that game in Philadelphia, hopped straight off the plane, hadn't been playing with y'all at all, gave him his first extended minutes, and he got cooked by Tyrese Maxey and looked like hot garbage. You're telling me you didn't have nothing to do with that, LeBron James? You're out here getting your son embarrassed. You got the whole franchise, because they're incompetent. GD Buss doesn't know what she's doing. The whole franchise is bending over backwards for you. So the G League team, forget developing talent. That G League team exists to develop Bronny James, period. That's all. That's the only reason that's the only thing that they're doing. That's priority number one. Developing Bronny James. And that's what they're doing. And brother, that's on you. Nobody made you do this. Nobody made you go on your social media platform and say he was better than half the NBA, sir. You did that. So if people are going to be highly critical and watch him extremely closely, bro, that's on you. Just like LeVar Ball and what he did for Lonzo. He was doing a little bit too much yapping, saying that Lonzo was better than Steph Curry, put the target on his son's back. Luckily for Bronny, he hasn't really had to play any real significant minutes. I know he had that 17-point game against the Bucks, but they lost by 30, bro. Who cares? It wasn't even a real basketball game. It wasn't competitive. Not on the Lakers side anyway. So as you're making you didn't have to do this interview, actually. Let's really talk about that. Why are you even doing this interview, bro? Your team is falling in the standings. You just recently came back from injury. Why are you getting on this platform and cussing up a storm and doing everything that you're doing? Why? Like, it doesn't make sense. But you're fanning the flames too. You didn't have to do this. You didn't have to get on this platform and talk about Stephen A. Smith at all. But you're classless. And you're petty. And you're a narcissist. As simple as that. How dare this man have the audacity to speak ill of King James? This dude probably really think he a king. Yeah? Anyway, let's go ahead and get into Stephen A. Smith's comments. All right, so here we are. As you can see, Stephen A. Smith continues to clap back at LeBron James. The man will smile in your face, and he's got something behind his back ready to stab you in it. Look, man, if you get me agreeing with Stephen A. Smith, bro, that means you on some nonsense. Let's go ahead and listen to what Stephen A. Smith had to say. Fair use, ESPN.
LeBron James went on national television yesterday and lied. He said that I have no problem with you talking about the game. What did I say about Bronny James other than at the time he wasn't ready? That was it. I said nothing else. So if that's the issue, and I pointed to LeBron James and the fact that you've circumvented a meritocracy just to get your wish at the expense of the credibility of the league in a lot of people's eyes, that's talking about you. That's not talking about your son. And then he goes about the business of taking it a step further. First of all, let's understand something to the viewing public in America and beyond. This was planned. Rich Paul was on Pat McAfee's show about 10 days earlier, whatever. Rich Paul, for everybody that knows, is the man, the founder of Clutch Sports. He's a strategic thinker. He didn't go there by accident. You're there talking with Pat McAfee, and the next thing you know, within 2 weeks, after obviously a negotiation took place, LeBron James is on it. LeBron James went on national television yesterday and lied. I know that the man I am today is not the man that I was a decade ago, physically or beyond. I can tell you that. So we get that out the way. Why do I bring that up? Because that's how petty you've become. You're LeBron James. You that butthurt over the things that I'm saying, that you would post that video. When has LeBron James ever done something like that? But suddenly you're doing that as it pertains to me. This man is in his feelings. I wonder why. Could it be because I don't believe you're the GOAT? Because I'll never believe you're the GOAT? Because I have you number 2 at all times? Do I have to have ESPN and First Take put up the ticker tape right now and say, yo, could you put that up there, please? Great father, great husband, great philanthropist, great businessman, great director, great producer, great host, great basketball player, great leader. I mean, my God, I have done everything but put diapers and a bib on this brother. I know that the man I am today is not the man that I was a decade.
So the post that he's referring to, let me pull it up. So I believe this is what Stephen A. was referring to on First Take yesterday. Let's go ahead and listen.
That man put his hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him. Immediately. That man put his hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him.
So Stephen A. said that, and then LeBron responded with this. Now, one of my favorite all-time videos, right? Look at the footwork. And I've used this in a couple of my previous Stephen A. Smith videos, right?
Here you go.
There it is. Listen to it.
Looking more fruit. Push. Come on. Come on, it's your last round. So push. Here you go.
Yikes. So when Stephen A. said, I'm not the man I was 10 years ago, yada, yada, that's the conversation that he's talking about. He said what he said in this broadcast. Then LeBron responded with this. And then he said that later. All right, so let's go ahead and get back into it.
I suggest that he be happy with the things that I haven't brought up. I never brought up really and never really discussed why you were not at Kobe Bryant's memorial service. I never really brought up or discussed why you did not attend Dwayne Wade's Hall of Fame induction when that man was directly responsible for you capturing a championship for the first time in your career. I brought up none of that. I didn't bring up the fact that even though when people had asked, you had alluded to what had happened tragically to your son, and thank God he's okay with his heart condition. I didn't bring up the fact that even though you couldn't go to the Hall of Fame induction of Dwayne Wade weeks earlier, you were out of the country on business. I didn't bring that up. That's your personal business, okay? But the fact is you wasn't at the Hall of Fame induction of a brother that's going to drastically assist to you being a Hall of Famer because he helped you become the champion that you are, and he was a big brother to you. I brought up none of these things. But LeBron James, at the end of the day, wants to come at me, and he's walking. I suggest that he be happy with the things that I haven't brought up. I never brought up really and never.
So he has since retracted the Kobe Bryant memorial comment because he was there apparently. Okay. So he's retracted that. That wasn't true. But he said, I stand by everything else I said. So let's go ahead and get to the next one.
Even around pouting. Why would he be pouting? The man is 22. He is universally recognized as the Mount Rushmore of basketball. He is unquestionably one of the greatest players to have ever played basketball. I have him top 2. Stab me in the chest. Crucify me. Throw me in jail. Of the thousands upon thousands of players who have played in NBA history, I have this man number 2 overall in the history of basketball, despite Kareem Abdul-Jabbar being a 19-time All-Star. Around pouting. Why would he be pouting? A 6-time champion, a 6-time league MVP. It was the greatest, the most trusted move, offensive move in NBA history with the skyhook. I still had him ahead of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It's not enough. So much so that you go this route. It's very unfortunate that he has done this. It's very unfortunate that he has tried to ostracize me amongst the NBA community and the sports world and beyond, talking about how I talk about I'm pooping on the players and all of this other stuff. They don't bring up all the time we praise the players. I applaud them when they win. I criticize them when they're messing up in an effort to make sure that you don't do it again. I'm not wishing anybody to fail, but I have to call it how I see it because I have an audience to answer to. A 6-time champion, a 6-time league MVP.
the problem with that conversation in regards to comparing LeBron James to the greats. If you don't have him at least top two, people try to strong arm you into like, wait a minute, what do you mean? Oh, your opinion don't make sense. What are we talking about? The man's played 22 years. How many MVPs do you have? What, 3 or 4? Something like that? 3 or 4 MVPs? He's got, what, 4 championships? 1 in the bubble. Actually, you can make, there's something that happened. There's some screwy stuff that happened with every championship he won. 2011 was a shortened season. 2012 was Ray Allen. And let's not forget, out of that 4 years in Miami, he only won 2. Yes, I know Dwayne Wade's knees were bone on bone. I understand, but that's a failure, bro. Because remember, LeBron was like not 3, not 4, not 5. He said that out of his own mouth. So I got LeBron James number 6 all time. I can't put him ahead of Larry Bird. I can't. They got similar accomplishments. Larry Bird averaged like what, 24 and 10 for his career? 24 and 10. And was a better passer than LeBron James. I don't care what y'all say. Can't put him over Larry Bird. He's not, the accomplishments with the amount of time played, he should be looking like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but he doesn't. The championships ain't there. And I know Kareem benefited from Magic, which who's another guy I have ahead of LeBron James. But the accomplishments ain't there. He ain't got no 10, 11 championships, 6, 7 championships, not even 5. If it wasn't for that bubble, he'd have 3 championships. You understand that? The last real one that he won was, well, number one, he had Kyrie Irving next to him, who hit one of the biggest shots in NBA history, and he doesn't even get the credit. They talk about LeBron's block. If LeBron James had made that three-pointer, you'd be seeing it on a loop all over the internet for the last 10 years almost. The Warriors had injuries and suspensions during that series, which compromised them. It made them susceptible to being overtaken. Their head coach was Tyronn Lue, bruh. And I got video to make about him. He can't coach. Horrible rotations and all that. But anyway, let's finish this.
Criticize. He doesn't want any pushback. He just wants to say what he said like he did on courtside and then depart, but looks right up to the camera that's behind us that I never saw, who was filming it all along. The man orchestrates stuff. The man will smile in your face and he's got something behind his back, ready to stab you in it. It's who he has been. It's who I have known him to be. It's why he doesn't like me, because he knows I know it. And it's why I certainly don't like him. But it's not going to stop me from being professional at all times. America, the world. I work for ESPN. I will not dishonor this network. I will not dishonor this profession by being unprofessional when it comes to somebody I don't like. Just because I don't like you as a person doesn't mean I cannot appreciate your unquestionable, undeniable, unparalleled greatness. He doesn't want any pushback. He just wants to say what he said like he did.
And in regards to him saying that he doesn't want any pushback, LeBron James is acting like a pampered baby, just like most elite athletes are currently. Back in the day, they understood they're going to get critiqued. They may not like it, but what they're going to do is they're going to shut you up. That's what they used to do. Michael Jordan wasn't whining in the media because he didn't like something you said. And I wouldn't even put it past, I hadn't heard him say this, I wouldn't even put it past LeBron James to orchestrate that. So when you see him on Pat McAfee, tell him, yeah, he could wait. He could wait to get out there and go on this Taylor Swift tour. Like, brother, your boys with Chris Paul, right? Chris Paul, when he's with the Clippers, I don't know what he does everywhere else because I wasn't paying attention, or I haven't been paying attention. But they would leak stuff. They were always trying to control what was going on. It's never Chris's fault. It's never Chris's fault. He played bad today because something happened, something just leaks. His brother, something just leaks into the media. Mysteriously. He got something mysterious happening something mysterious going on. So the politician Chris Paul being your boy, birds of a feather, right? Anyway, let's go ahead and get to the rest of this.
I will not decide. The day he came up to me was the day my new contract was announced. So he knows, like everybody else, it's going to be a little while before I go away. I was here before he got here in 2003. And in all likelihood, I'm going to be here when he's gone. You got to deal with that, bro. Plain and simple. It ain't a crime for Michael Jordan to be a GOAT. But clearly, it's a crime with him. And he goes through all of these histrionics and all of this other stuff with Pat McAfee. Be my damn guest. Love Pat McAfee show. Great job. And any other show on ESPN, y'all continue to do what you do. But LeBron James coming on any show, on this network or any other, doesn't escape me. Let's go on with first take. The day he came up to me was the day.
So there you have it. Stephen A. Smith, he's talking in that tone where it's like, I ain't going nowhere. Brother, ain't nobody worried about that. Guys, this is like when you have two fighters, right? There's two fighters you don't like. And it's like, no matter who wins, it's a win for you. That's what's going on here. But I do believe that Stephen A. Smith is touching on certain aspects, of his entire interaction with LeBron James. The man is a fraud. He's a fraud of a person. He's fake as a $3 bill, and he's a narcissist. So like I stated earlier, the way he looks at it is, how dare you? You know what? Stephen A. Smith has been pretty fair with LeBron James. Skip Bayless. Not so much, right? He will take any opportunity to take a dig at LeBron James that he can. And I think, honestly, that some of this was Stephen A. Smith catching strays by proxy, because some of the animus might have been built up for all those years that they were together doing First Take every day. And he can't get to Skip because Skip ain't leaving the house no more. He's done. He ain't covering this stuff in person anymore. But in my opinion, again, I think he's been generally fair with LeBron over the years. I really can't recall him heavily critiquing LeBron James. Not that I recall, and I could be missing all kinds of stuff, so I don't need anybody telling me that, no, he did this and he did. I'm not saying, I'm just saying just from what I remember. And that's not to say he's never critiqued him, but everybody's open to critique. If you're in the public, when I go, as the professional that I am, when I walk in that building, I'm open to critique. You understand? Come in here. I'm open to critique. And for the most part, I take it. Unless somebody's saying something extremely stupid. But if you come to me like, hey, if you have a suggestion or something like that, you're respectful, brother, I'll take it. You just say you trash, and what your woman look like, you start talking like Cam Newton or something like that, then I'm not going to take you seriously. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about all this. Whose side are you on? Team Stephen A? Or matter of fact, look, I saw this. I thought it was kind of funny. Whose side you on? Team LeBron or Team Stephen A? And hit that like and subscribe as we're on the road to 1,000. Let's go ahead and get there in the next few months. And until next time, I'm out.